Well, Mark, when we spoke on Saturday, the emotions I think were still pretty raw for everybody involved. Now that a few days have passed, is it easier to look at those positives that you mentioned on Saturday night?
It didn't take me long after the game, to be honest with you. I know it probably took the players a little bit of time afterwards, but straight away I was really focused in my mind that I was determined not to let the last 20, 30 seconds of the game dictate my mindset going into the weekend, because we know that whenever things happen like that, if you let that control yourself and let it manifest within yourself, then it can prolong it, and I didn't want that to happen. I've had enough experience to know that that's not the case, and I was really, really clear to the players that they can't let that happen as well. And coming into the building this morning, even seeing the players about, you can see 100% that's not the case. So I'm glad they've taken my advice, and the training session today kind of was really, really sharp with both groups. The recovery group and the training group was really, really sharp, and that was really, really pleasing. So yeah, I don't think there's any hangovers from that point of view.
How's everybody doing on the injury front? We're still yet to see Sully Kai, and you mentioned the other day Warren O'Hora getting ever closer.
Warren's been cleared now to come back into full training, so that was his first full session today. So it was really, really pleasing. He's been in and around the team for a while now, so being the leader he is and the character he is, it's been really, really helpful for the group. But to see him back in full training and being given the all clear is really, really good. So he had a really, really good, strong session today. Sully was missing on Saturday. He just picked up a little niggle in training. He knocked his ankle back a little bit, and the game on Saturday was too soon for it, and we didn't want to risk it. But we knew that he'd be back in training today, which he was, and we're hopeful that he's going to come through that okay, ready for selection for the game tomorrow.
With Warren, then it would be easy, wouldn't it, to rush him? And I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to be getting back out there. But you've got to manage those expectations, haven't you? You're going to be looking at thinking it's better to have him back long term than it is for the short term.
Yeah, I think the pleasing thing for Warren is everything's been cleared on with the specialist and the scan, so there's no problem injury wise or with the particular injury what he had. It's just a case of now getting him back up to speed. But one thing I will say is, I think I mentioned it with Dean Lewington and Anthony Stewart, the work the players have put in, and what Warren comes into that category as well. The work they've put in themselves and the dedication to keep themselves in shape and fit and ready, along with the work with the medical staff and S&C staff as well, is a credit to him. And Warren fits that bill as well. So he's in really, really good shape. I think he needs a good week of training, and then he'll be, I'm sure, he'll be ready to come into contention.
I know that you guys, when you've got injured players, you like them almost looking at different elements of the game, and we've seen Warren on plenty of occasions during his injury doing up with us doing the commentary. How important is it for players to be looking at games from a slightly different perspective sometimes?
I didn't know he'd done that. Has he been doing the commentary? I didn't know. I find out something new all the time. No, that's good. I encourage players to be around the squad. I know some managers might want injured players away and stuff like that. I'm a little bit different. I like everybody. That togetherness is important for me. As long as you've got everybody on the same page, and we're certainly a club here who everybody's on the same page and working towards that, whether they're in the squad or not. And those players have played a vital role in being around pre-game and post-game, in good moments and bad moments as well. It's really important. So, it'll be just nice for Warren now to be able to kind of push and try and get back into that kind of place where he can be in the squad and be in the dressing room and fight for that shirt.
On this unbeaten run you're on now, 7 matches, an awful lot of points and valuable points that you picked up along the way. 4 draws in a row, though. You'll be wanting to turn those draws now into victories just to get yourself over that line now.
Yeah, every game we want to go out and win, and we try and approach every game that way. Like I always say, we always have to do it in different ways to combat and deal with the opposition. And Charlton will be no different. They'll be smarting a little bit after their defeat, so we have to be prepared for that. We have to be prepared for them to have a reaction. But one thing we'll be bringing to the game is that hunger to get the 3 points and to put in a strong performance like we did the other day. We want to get it over the line and aim for those 3 points, which will help us. But we're really buoyed at the minute by the run of results and the run of form we've been on. So that's a positive which we'll take forward. But the team are looking strong and ready and focused for the game tomorrow.
And of course, it's not just Charlton who are expected to have a reaction. I suppose your team will as well because of that late heartbreak on Saturday.
Yeah, I hope so. Like I said, even walking into the building this morning, meeting the players and things like that, you could tell by the mentality and the mindset of the group, and being in a team meeting with them just now, they're all focused and ready, and like I said earlier, the levels of training and the commitment of training today were exceptional, and that was really pleasing for me and as a coaching staff that we can see that. So the players are fighting, the players want to play, the players are ready for the game. So we'll be ready come tomorrow evening.
In spite of that defeat at the weekend, though, Charlton, they look a dangerous side, don't they? And sitting in the top half of the table, they've got a lot of points behind them as well.
Yeah, they're a really dangerous team. They've got wide players who can be threatening, and we have to deal with that. And like anything, we'll be ready to deal with their threat. We'll be ready to bring to the game what we can do to hurt them, and we're very clear on that with the players. So yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be prepared as always to go into it, and we'll be trying to get those 3 points, which are going to be really important for us.